Iran confirms over 70 killed in Israeli strike on Tehran prison. According to the Associated Press, Iran's judiciary announced Sunday that an Israeli airstrike on Tehran's Evin prison last week resulted in the deaths of at least 71 people. The casualties from the June 23 attack, which occurred just before a ceasefire took effect, included prison staff, soldiers, inmates, and visiting family members. Among the confirmed dead is Ali Ganotker, a top prosecutor known for his role in high-profile cases against political dissidents. The Evin prison is a notorious facility symbolic of state repression, making the attack highly controversial. This official confirmation from Tehran is the first time a specific death toll has been provided for the incident, coming a week after the strike amidst a fragile truce and raising questions about accountability and the targeting of such facilities during conflicts. Fragile ceasefire between Israel and Iran holds amid high tensions. According to the Associated Press, a U.S.-brokered ceasefire between Israel and Iran continues to hold, though senior Iranian military officials expressed deep skepticism about its durability on Sunday. Abdolrahim Musavi, chief of Iran's armed forces, stated he has complete doubts about Israel's adherence and that Iran is prepared to respond forcefully to any new aggression. The truce follows a 12-day conflict in which Israel struck over 720 Iranian military sites and Iran launched more than 550 ballistic missiles. Meanwhile, the head of the UN's nuclear watchdog, Rafael Grossi, confirmed that while Israel's strikes caused severe damage to Iran's nuclear facilities, the core components and industrial capabilities remain intact, leaving the central cause of the conflict unresolved. Ukraine loses F-16 fighter jet and pilot in major Russian assault. According to CNN, the Ukrainian Air Force has suffered a significant loss with a pilot and his F-16 fighter jet being downed during combat. The incident occurred as Ukrainian forces were attempting to repel one of the most intense and large-scale Russian aerial attacks of the war. The F-16s, recently supplied by Western allies, represent a critical enhancement to Ukraine's air defense and offensive capabilities, designed to challenge Russia's air superiority and protect vital infrastructure. The loss of one of these advanced, limited-quantity aircraft and its trained pilot is a considerable setback for Kyiv's war effort and underscores the high-attrition reality of the air war against formidable Russian assaults. Former Brazilian President Bolsonaro rallies thousands of supporters in protest. According to CNN, thousands of supporters of former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro gathered for a large rally in São Paulo on Sunday. The demonstration was organized to protest a Supreme Court trial investigating Bolsonaro's alleged involvement in a plot to overturn the results of the 2022 presidential election, which he lost. The rally serves as a significant show of political force, demonstrating that Bolsonaro continues to command a large and mobilized base of support despite his legal challenges. The event highlights the deep and persistent political polarization within Brazil, as the former leader frames the judicial proceedings against him as a form of political persecution. U.S. and China reach agreement on export controls and rare earths. According to the South China Morning Post, the United States and China have reached an agreement on export controls following high-level negotiations held in London. This development, which provides a temporary easing of trade hostilities, comes just ahead of a July 9 deadline when steeper U.S. tariffs are set to take effect. In a related move, the White House also announced that an understanding had been reached with Beijing concerning the stable shipment of rare earth materials, which are critical for numerous high-tech industries. These agreements suggest a mutual desire to place guardrails on the escalating economic competition and maintain stability in crucial areas of the global supply chain. U.S. tariffs cause severe damage to China's solar energy industry. According to the South China Morning Post, punitive tariffs imposed by the United States are inflicting significant financial damage on China's world-leading solar industry. Recent reports indicate that a third of China's 121 publicly listed solar power companies are now operating at a loss. The economic pressure extends across the entire supply chain, with more than 50 companies involved in solar panel manufacturing and distribution filing for bankruptcy so far this year. These figures provide a clear and concrete illustration of the targeted impact of U.S. protectionist trade policies, which are successfully disrupting a key Chinese industrial sector while also creating global repercussions for the renewable energy transition. Maritime trade fears grow as Middle East conflict threatens shipping lanes. According to the South China Morning Post, the recent direct military conflict between Israel and Iran has sent significant shockwaves through the global maritime trade industry. Heightened tensions have revived fears of a disruption to the Strait of Hormuz, a vital chokepoint for a third of the world's seaborne oil. In response to threats and the fragile security situation, global freight rates have soared, and many shipping companies have been forced to reroute their vessels to avoid the region. As a precaution, ships transiting near the area have reportedly begun signaling their national affiliations to deter potential attacks, highlighting the direct economic fallout from geopolitical instability. Apple supplier Lens Tech leads Hong Kong IPO market resurgence. According to the South China Morning Post, Hong Kong's market for initial public offerings, IPOs, is experiencing a significant resurgence, led by a $608 million listing from Lens Technology, a major supplier for Apple. The deal is the latest in a series of successful IPOs that have delivered average returns of over 30% to investors this year. This boom is helping Hong Kong reclaim its status as a dominant IPO hub in Asia, attracting substantial capital despite broader economic headwinds and geopolitical tensions. The strong investor appetite for high-growth companies, particularly in the technology sector, indicates that the city remains a critical and attractive venue for Chinese firms to raise international capital. China closing AI gap with US in algorithms, former Microsoft executive says. According to the South China Morning Post, China is rapidly advancing in the field of artificial intelligence algorithms and is catching up fast to the United States, according to Harry Shum, a former executive vice president at Microsoft. While the U.S. maintains a substantial lead in the design and production of advanced semiconductor chips, China has focused its efforts on developing sophisticated software and AI models. The performance of new models from Chinese firms like DeepSeek, which now rival top U.S. counterparts in certain coding and logic benchmarks, highlights this progress. This trend suggests China is successfully pursuing an alternative path to AI competitiveness that is less dependent on sanctioned hardware. U.S. tech giants recruit top AI talent from China amid tech war. According to the South China Morning Post, major American technology companies are actively hiring elite artificial intelligence experts from China, underscoring the global competition for talent despite geopolitical rivalries. In recent moves, Meta has reportedly hired key personnel from the China-based team of its competitor, OpenAI. Similarly, chip designer NVIDIA, a central player in the AI industry, has recently brought on two prominent young Chinese AI scientists to bolster its research and development capabilities. These recruitment efforts highlight that despite the ongoing tech war, U.S. firms recognize and are keen to leverage the high caliber of AI talent emerging from China's universities and research labs. Alibaba launches new AI image model in fierce domestic market. According to the South China Morning Post, Chinese tech conglomerate Alibaba has unveiled a new generative AI model named Qwen-V-Lo, which is specifically designed for more precise and high-quality image creation. The launch intensifies the already fierce competition within China's domestic AI sector, where tech giants like Alibaba, Baidu, and Tencent are racing against a wave of well-funded startups to develop superior foundational models. To gain an edge, Alibaba is pursuing an open-source strategy for its Qwen family of models. By making its technology freely available, the company hopes to foster a large ecosystem of developers and users, accelerating adoption and innovation on its platform.